Okay, the reason why I'm pulling you over is 74 miles an hour in the 65 and getting ready to enter the 60. Any reason for passing me in the middle lane when I was in the fast lane?
Well, I didn't pass you.
Yeah, you did. You started passing me.
No, I changed lanes because, well, all that mist that was coming from you. And how fast were you driving?
I just told you what I was at, okay?
Where were you at?
I said I was at 74.
Why are you driving
you
at 74 miles an hour when it's snowing?
All right, sir. First of all, my vehicle's equipped, okay? And
yes, can you take a look at my vehicle?
What happens when the police ask you to leave a public place just for legally filming, claiming it's trespassing? This video emphasizes the importance of staying calm and knowing the law to protect your rights. For more information, check the links in the description. If you think the police were wrong, drop a number 5 in the comments.
No, actually, I am not from Burien.
Oh, where are you from?
A bit south of here, kind of in the font of the state's power-ish area.
Oh, Olympia-ish.
In the area. By the way, I'm Steve. What's your name?
Steve. I'm B.
Hey, nice to meet you, B.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise.
And
you ready for the holiday?
No.
You're not?
Not at all.
What?
Not at all.
Not a fan favorite of Thanksgiving?
No, it's like my favorite holiday. But all my family's back east.
Oh.
And I'm just, it's way too expensive.
Oh, yeah. What's, is like, well, no. You don't have a southern accent, so I'm guessing it's got to be New England area.
New York.
Yeah, honestly, I was about to guess that.
Where are you from, Seattle?
I'm from Washington State. Yeah, I am from this area. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now, I have been to New York twice, but it really doesn't count as being in New York because it was like landing at JFK
and then
LaGuardia, that kind of thing.
Also, I just want to make sure the conference rooms, we have a gentleman here who wanted to tour, but my understanding
how's it going?
The conference rooms are off limit to public.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you having an interest in the city. The conference rooms are not a public space. If you'd like to sit out here in the public space, you may.
Yeah, I was
But
just
in
talking to
terms
B
of,
about that. I was curious, like,
hang on, let me just finish here.
Sure.
This is not a public space. This is, so you're welcome to spend time in the public space. However, I will have to ask you to leave the conference room.
Yeah, and I'm curious, like, what leads you to believe that this is not a public space?
I'm the city manager, and I'm informing you that this is not a public space because there is a closed door, and this is the public space. So
Gotcha.
I've already informed you. If
Yeah.
you choose to remain in the public room, you may. If you choose to remain in a place that's not public, then unfortunately I will have to take other steps. So it's your choice.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go with option B on
Okay,
the other steps.
thank you very much.
What's happening? Talk to me.
Nothing, just working on something.
Okay, but you can't be in here. You can be here. No problem.
What leads you to believe that?
They told me you're not allowed to be in here. This is a conference room.
No, I get it. Just like you're not allowed to wear those sunglasses.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I just said you can't wear those sunglasses.
Why? Okay.
Exactly. Kind of. See my point?
I know. But
Just because somebody decrees something doesn't mean it's automatic.
I understand.
There you go.
I understand what you're saying.
So my point is this: the whole time, place, manner restrictions that he's inferring are not accurate. So what I'm saying is, before the city goes down this road, I'd highly recommend to at least call city council first. Because here's the great thing.
Well, he's on city council.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, council. I mean, as in legal counsel. Call the city attorney. Because here's the thing. You seem like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Down to earth.
Yeah.
I don't really know about the city manager or administrator, whatever his title was again. But the point I'm getting at is this. You don't want to get tied up in something that's unnecessary. He doesn't want to get tied up in something that's unnecessary. And the best thing to do, call the attorney, right? Because he's the one that puts himself or herself on the line for being the decision maker in terms of saying, yes, this is allowed or not. Because I guarantee you this, what the city doesn't want to do, and any participants on behalf of the city don't want to do, is make the wrong step here. That whole 7th Amendment's a bruiser. Granted, it's number 7 in line, so a lot of people kind of tend not to think about the 7th Amendment a lot. It's the one that gets the ugliest, though. It's the most expensive one.
But that's all fine and great, but why do you want to be in here?
I was just gathering some video and still photo images.
Okay. Did you get them?
Not done yet.
Well, why don't you hurry up and do that, and then we'll sit here, and then we'll just,
This is kind of.
I'm not understanding your purpose.
It's kind of deviant. Yeah, but I mean, I want to be polite here, but it's not your place to need to know what my business is. Neither is it the city administrators.
I'm not so sure about that, my friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this going to turn into I need an ID kind of a situation?
No, I don't need to see anything.
That's good.
They're just going to call the cops on you.
Yeah, I mean, gosh.
Do you want to do that?
If they got to do that, I guess they got to do that.
I mean, that's what you want then.
No, actually, what I'd really like to have done is just be left unmolested into doing my business. You know, I'll be done when I'm done. I'm not going to burn the place down, or certainly not going to erase their message from the board over there. It says do not erase.
You already got that, didn't you?
Well, my point is I'm not going to do anything that's unlawful or unreasonable
I get you.
in this,
I understand.
in this space.
I understand.
So-
But, you know, they would like you to get out of here and sit in the waiting room. So
Well-
you're telling me you're not going to do that?
Yeah, it's a completely unlawful demand.
Okay, so you're not going to do that.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Now, I will when I'm done doing my business. So if you guys need to call the police and they come over here and
Well,
talk
I'm
to me,
just going to tell them that you are not going to leave this room.
I will when I'm done. I'm not going to camp out here, but I've still got things I need to do.
And how long do you think you'll be?
I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
that's the
come on,
problem.
man. You see, now
Well-
you're not being reasonable now.
Well,
A
the
minute,
issue
10
here
minutes,
is
5 minutes? What?
the issue here is you guys are being unreasonable.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, reasonable minds can disagree.
Well, I'm trying to be reasonable with you.
I don't think you are, because I don't think you appreciate nor understand the
No,
gravity
you don't.
of what's about to happen.
But you shouldn't assume you know me.
Well, I
And-
will now that you've said the things that you've said. So now that you've committed to making
No,
the
what
declarations that you have,
No,
I will
what I'm
assume.
what I'm saying is I understand you can come in here and do this. They don't want you to.
Oh!
I understand.
Whoa!
I understand, but my point is, get your stuff. And now, if you get your stuff while you're in here, it makes no sense why you want to still stay in here just to prove a point.
No, I'm not proving a point. I'm
Well,
not
that's
done
what it
getting.
feels like.
Well, you know,
Okay,
feelings.
so tell me how long it's going to take you to do what
I don't
you
know.
want.
I don't know.
What do you
but
need to-
here's the thing.
I don't
I'm
understand
working.
what you're in here for.
I'm
you
working.
took your pictures.
You guys are interrupting me. You're trying to
No, I'm not
rush
interrupting.
me out of here. I'm not going to be rushed.
No, I'm asking.
It's that simple.
I'm asking.
I'm not going to answer. You're escalating this to a point where it doesn't need to be
No,
escalated
you are.
to.
You
And
are.
the fact of the matter is,
Because
you
there's
just
only one
said
thing to take a picture
something that
of.
contravenes what the city administrator said. You just contravened him.
There's only one thing to take a picture
That's
of.
absolutely not true.
There's
And I'm not
really
going to.
nothing here
That's not true.
that warrants sitting in here just to make your point that you say, I can do it.
No, it's turning into that, but I actually have other footage I need to get. Like, for example,
Like
gosh,
what?
consider I need to roll up these and take some photos from here. You have zero idea.
Photos for what, sir?
I don't need
Who
to
are
explain
you?
myself. I don't need to explain that.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
And what happens if I don't
The
explain that?
cops are going to ask you who you are. Because you could be a terrorist. I don't know who the hell you are.
I could be terrorist.
You could be.
And it's possible I could have parachuted in from North Korea. It could be like North Korean
My point is,
paratrooper.
I don't know who you are or why you're here.
Look, you know,
Right?
you were being, yeah, but you don't need to know. You were being.
I don't need to know that?
You don't need to know that.
Oh, really?
You don't.
Okay. Well, all right. Then I'm going to let them know you're not leaving.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Good talk, buddy.
Hey, we're with the Bureau Police.
Okay, great. What's up?
So we got a call. The issue is that you're in the conference room.
Yeah, here. Hold on, real quick question. Are you the chief?
No.
Okay, that's just a lot of service stripes. So,
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
Deputy Ford. This is Deputy Hayden.
So the
Oh,
issue
your
that they have
deputies?
is they don't have a problem with you being out in the general space,
Sure.
but this is an office area conference room
Sure.
for City Hall and
Yeah, I get that.
local government.
Sure.
So they're asking that you step into the public space. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. They just can't have you in here.
Yeah, my business was and is in here. Some of the things I need to do are here. I need to clarify though. You guys are city police officers or you're deputies? I heard you say deputy.
We're employed by King County Sheriff.
Oh, okay.
Contracted with the City of Marion.
I see. Okay, I just wanted to make sure if it's city police or King County Sheriff's Department. Okay, fair enough. I totally get the disagreement here. The issue is I have things I need to do specifically in here. I get that the city administrator is arguing that there's a restriction on this place. There's no more ability for that individual to say that there's a restriction in this room, lawfully speaking, as is out there down the corridor that approaches their limited access area where they've got employees only. There's no more authority for him to decree this space that than another, unless they go through the measures of ensuring that that's the case. And there's plenty of opportunities, as case law has afforded them, both at a state level and a federal level, to make those efforts. just like they did, in fact, down the corridor past the ladies' desks over there, where you go to the door, a glass door very similar to this one. It says employees only, restricted access, they got badge access or whatever. I'm not saying they need to do badge access, but I'm saying there are opportunities for them to make it clear. What I'm getting from the city administrator, or whatever his title is a desire to want to know what I'm doing in a publicly accessible space when I don't need to explain that to him. And that's really what this comes down to, in my opinion. So I'll leave with a no trespass warning, but that's literally what it's going to take. I mean, I'll just be straight up with you guys.
Okay.
The city's going to have to put a no trespass warning ring on it. And
What, I guess I don't want to get into your personal business, but I don't understand why you're going through all this.
well, if I explained what I was doing, it would literally compromise what I'm working on. I mean, honestly, give me your business card 4, 5, 6, 7 hours from now. Probably not 7, 4 or 5 hours from now. I'll email you. Happily let you know what I'm working on. But if I told you guys right now what I was working on, it would completely compromise it. So I just can't do that now. Like I said, happy, to quell curious minds later, but I can't have it damage what I'm working on right now.
Okay.
So, look, I don't want there to be a no trespass warning. Sure, it's just a civil issue, and, you guys give me a warning, says you're trespass from here, and I leave. But, because obviously I don't want to go to jail. I'm sure you guys don't want to give me a free ride to the 3-star hotel.
I'm looking to avoid any further issue by just having you step outside those doors.
No, I appreciate that, but he just doesn't possess the lawful authority to make that edict. And that's the crux of this. He just simply lacks the authority.
Have you spoken to him today?
Yeah, briefly. It was a shorter guy, kind of longer hair. I think if I remember correctly, I think he said his name or his title was city administrator
City manager?
City manager.
That's
okay. What's that?
No, city manager.
Yeah,
That's probably
yeah.
who it was.
So initially, the secretary came over. I think she said her name's B or D, and said, "Hey, there's a restriction here." I said, "Hey, I totally appreciate it. It's not your thing." And so the city manager came over, and I briefly talked with him, and I said, the business I've got to do is in here. There's a reason why I rolled up these blinds, because I've got photos and video to take from up here, so that I can't take from in there.
Okay.
So, it is what it is.
I'm assuming this door's open when you came.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, all recorded too. Now, obviously, if we all walked over to the glass door that's kind of in the corner over there, or over there near the employee bathrooms, you'd quickly see it's badge access, it's locked, it's marked, right? But I think, you guys see, you're a corporal, you've clearly been a police officer for a very long time. We all know what time, place, manner restrictions are. There's different forums, and they come with different rulings and understandings of how they can be used. This is a designated public forum. Everybody knows that. My son's 5 and he probably knows that. So the city manager just needs to figure this out. What I recommended to the city manager is just call the city attorney. City attorney will throw out there real quick. Publicly accessible space. This doesn't need to turn into something bad for the city. I was just gathering footage.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Do you have your ID on you?
I don't.
Okay. Well, let me get your information.
I'm not going to give my identity.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you my name's Steve.
Okay, Steve. So, Steve, they're asking us to have you leave the property.
Okay. So it's going to be a no trespass warning?
Because they're saying that you are trespassing on city property.
Okay.
There's going to be no trespassing warning.
Okay.
What we do is issue you a piece of paper,
Okay.
ask you to leave. Refuse to leave, you're subject to arrest.
Oh, I'll leave with the warning. I'm not going to go to jail over this. One thing I'd politely request, if I could, whoever is officially the person asking for the trespass, if I could get that perjury declaration form signed by them from RCW 9A52-115. That's the perjury statement they have to sign, that under penalty of perjury.
They're actually going to be listed as the party.
Great.
In the
Okay.
case report.
Great.
And I can give you a copy of the case number, and then the case report is open for public disclosure.
I get that. If I could show you, though.
Mark, who would be the point of contact? Would it be Chris, or would you want me to get involved?
I would probably say the city.
Should we track down Adolfo real quick?
Yeah, the city manager.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great.
My request, like I said, is to see if we can avoid even the no trespass warning by having them call city council or the city attorney first. because the city is just going to get jammed up over this, and I honestly think it's a kind of sort of innocent mistake. I think part of it isn't innocent, and I think part of it is just simply being unaware of what's going on. And here's the great thing: if the city attorney's called and Susie, Alex, whoever it is, says, "Yeah, get that terrorist out of the building," or whatever. All right, well, it's on the city attorney at that point for providing that counsel. I mean, at that point, if I was them, I'd probably rely on that counsel too. It's the city attorney. But I have a sneaking suspicion if the city attorney's called right now, the city attorney's going to say, "For the love of God, for all that is good in this universe, do not remove that man from that office."
Okay.
Because it'll be literally a terrible, awful exercise in the 7th Amendment.
All right.
The 7th Amendment's the most expensive of them all.
Okay. Do you want to talk to Adolfo a little bit?
I can.
Okay.
Oh, I can do that.
Maybe you could relay information.
And by the way, Corporal, I promise the greatest naughty factor of all today, erasing the material on there where it says "Do not erase" in the upper right-hand corner. Promise I won't erase that.
Okay. Are you? Is this your first time in the building, Steve, or?
I've never been to Burien, actually.
Oh, never been to Burien.
Never been to Burien. Today is my first trip here.
I see.
So.
Okay. Well, he'll talk to Adolfo and
Okay.
sort it out.
And like I said, if I could politely request, did it pull up? It sure did. I was getting terrible at internet reception for a second. If I could show you this, not trying to tell you suck at your job or anything. Okay. I'm not trying to imply that. I'm just wanting to see if I can get the correct outcome here.
Well, that's what we're working towards.
Yeah, no, I get it. So if you look here, removal of unauthorized persons, declaration form, penalty for false swearing. So what this is going over, you can see 9852, which is the trespass statute, right? And so what it does is it says the owner of premises or his or her authorized agent may initiate the investigation, request the removal of an unauthorized person. And then they have to fill out this form for the trespasser. It's under penalty of perjury. So the thing that I need is, if they're going to do the no trespass, I get it. I mean, it is what it is. I can handle that civilly later. What I'd politely request is just that be filled out, because it is required to be filled out per the trespass statute.
What's happening?
I was still in the room.
I see that.
Yeah.
What did they say to you?
Well, they're talking to the city manager right now, Adolfo. They're basically, I think, passing along my strong recommendation to the city of Burien, which is to not do the trespass, because, fun fact, you might not be aware of it. You may be aware of it, so I'm not trying to impugn you. But if you look in RCW 9852, which is the trespass law, and you go to section 115, that's a declaration form under penalty of perjury. So whoever the person is that's actually doing the trespass, initiating the trespass, whether it's the city manager, you, whoever, right? They have to sign this declaration form under penalty of perjury that the removal of the person for trespass with a no trespass warning is lawful. If it were hypothetically to be that was an unlawful removal, the police are no longer liable, which is why the declaration form is signed. The person who initiated it is criminally liable.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really ugly trip down the shame train tracks. So if Adolfo does this, he's going to have to answer for if this is lawful or not. And I'm willing to bet my legal background that it's better than his legal background, and he might not want to get on that train and go for a ride, because it's probably not going to work out well.
I'm going to go down, get a trespass form.
Okay.
They want to follow through with the trespass.
All right. Hey, look, I mean, it is what it is.
He openly says that if you want to stay out in this area, they're saying this is an employee-only conference room.
Sure.
It's going to end up ultimately, I think, getting posted and locked.
Oh. So it's not posted and
maybe,
locked now? Is that reasonable to say?
Well, it says conference room has got a reserve on here, and it's not reserved until 3 o'clock.
And can I showed the corporal the statute, and this is honestly, this is for you and her more than the city or anyone else. This is for you guys to have that declaration form under penalty of perjury signed. And I think it can be printed out on your laptop.
I don't have a printer.
Okay,
so I don't know how I'm going to accomplish that.
Could you ask Adolfo to print that out, because it's actually for a trespass to be officially done for a no trespass warning. The declaration form has to be signed, and it's under penalty of perjury. And I'm just asking that be done, because here's the thing: you're not liable in that case. What happens is he's swearing under penalty of perjury that my removal is lawful, And if it's not lawful, it removes liability from you guys, because you guys just say, hey, we were taking the guy's word. He's the city manager. He said it was lawful to remove him. And if an attorney later on finds out that it was unlawful,
I think I understand where you're coming from, but the report that I have to write actually has an addendum on the bottom of it that says this is a true and accurate report.
Does he sign it?
No, he doesn't sign it.
That's the thing is, if I could show you the statute, it means a lot right here, because it's a required thing by the legislature from that statute, from that section in the statute.
Okay.
Can I show that to you real quick?
Sure, absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Thanks.
May I ask, obviously you don't have to answer, but may I ask what your plans are as far as leaving today at some point? Because
yeah, actually, I mean, I was just explaining to Robert. I mean, I've got my footage now. This is why I rolled up these blinds and stuff. So I came here to get some B-roll footage of this area right here. This was a more advantageous place to take the pictures from as I was walking by than over there, because I'm trying to get down there on the drag. It's, a few stories up. And that was it. But when the city manager decided he was going to try to turn this into a, sorry, I'm the Lord Baron of the fiefdom here, I'm not going to take that.
understood, and I'll explain my logic to him, since he's the other party in this. I will say that in the future, if they decide, for whatever reason, the city government decides to put up no trespassing signs, just be aware that they might do that in the future.
Yeah, and there's civil recourse for that. If I disagree at that point, I can go to a city council meeting or whatever and say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. We have civil means of doing it, and I appreciate your civil process to this. I also really appreciate that your awareness of the affirmative defenses and whatnot. You're going to go and instruct the city manager on what that is. That's perfect. You guys have been great. I really appreciate the professionalism of the King County Sheriff's Department.
No worries. Like I said, the one time where you will have to leave is, obviously I don't think you'll want to be here all day, but when the building does close.
Oh, of course. Time, place, man restrictions. Yeah.
So anyway, I
Thanks,
will let you get to it.
Mark, Corporal, appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Be safe out there.
On November 21st, 2023, at Burien City Hall in Washington, a discussion highlighted that in public spaces, it's challenging for individuals to maintain complete privacy, as others have the right to observe or record. The law permits filming on public sidewalks, but there are limits to this rule. For instance, filming in bathrooms or private residences is a serious privacy violation. In today's digital age, avoiding being recorded in public is nearly impossible, from store security cameras to tourists taking photos. Although the feeling of being watched might be uncomfortable, the law generally allows public filming as long as other regulations aren't violated. Recording can sometimes be beneficial, providing evidence in accidents or criminal cases, which serves a social benefit. However, if filming is used to harass, the law protects the person being targeted. In short, public privacy is complex, and people should understand their rights when entering open spaces.
Morning, sir. True Rockstar State Police. Be advised you're being recorded. Okay, the reason why I'm pulling you over is 74 miles an hour in the 65 and getting ready to enter the 60. Any reason for passing me in the middle lane when I was in the fast lane?
Oh, I didn't pass you.
Yeah, you did. You started passing me.
No, I changed lanes because, well, all that mist that was coming from you, and how fast were you driving?
I just told you what I was at. Okay.
Where were you at?
I said I was at 74.
Why are you driving at 74 miles an hour when it's snowing?
All right, sir. First of all, my vehicle's equipped, okay? And
yes. Can you take a look at my vehicle?
Listen, I'm going from things, okay, and that's why I'm traveling. Any reason why you passed me in the middle lane?
I wasn't passing you.
You're starting to pass me, sir.
I changed lanes and you braked.
Your vehicle is not equipped for this necessarily.
Oh, yeah? Really?
Nor should you be driving like that.
Tell me what kind of tires do I have?
Can I see your driver's license, registration, insurance?
In a second, tell me what kind of drivers.
I'm in control of this stop. Can I see your driver's license, registration, insurance?
Can you look at my tires?
It's not about your tires.
Well, you just said I'm not equipped.
Listen, why are you going faster than the speed limit passing me?
That's what you allege. That's what you allege.
Okay, so you coming across.
So you didn't brake. So you didn't brake in the left lane.
Huh?
You didn't brake in the left lane?
No. Not until you started going past me, and that's when I braked and got behind you.
First of all, I never passed you. That's the thing.
Can I see your driver's license, registration, insurance, please?
Absolutely. Now take a look at my tires and tell me
Sir, I don't need to look at your tires. I need to see your driver's license.
What kind of tires do I have? What kind of tires do I have?
Your driver's license, registration.
Okay, you just said I'm not equipped, so you better tell me what kind of tires do I have right now.
I see your driver's license, registration.
And I want you to call your supervisor right now.
I don't need to call my supervisor. I need to see your driver's license.
Yeah, you said you're going somewhere? Where are you going?
No, I said I'm traveling down the road going from calls.
Are you on call?
Can I see your driver's license?
Are you on call? Are you on call? Are you on call, sir? No, you're not. So why are you driving at 74 miles an hour?
I'm on duty, sir.
Are you on call?
Can I see your driver's license, registration, insurance?
Here we go.
Thank you. Can I see your insurance and registration?
I am going to look for it. I got a lot of things in here.
So any reason, well, sir?
That's what you allege.
Lawful reason to be traveling at the speed you were traveling.
That's what you allege, sir.
Okay, how fast do you think you were going?
That's what you allege.
No, I asked you a question. How fast do you think you were going?
I was going at legal speed.
What's that?
Legal speed.
What is legal speed?
What is legal speed,
I'm
sir?
asking you, sir.
I know what. Do you know what legal speed is?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
I don't need to tell you that.
You don't need to tell me what legal
you,
speed?
Sir. What is legal speed?
What is it?
Okay, so you obviously don't know.
You're alleging that I.
Okay.
What are you alleging?
Please.
What are you alleging?
I know the speed limit out here. Can I see your insurance?
What is it?
Sir, the question was asked to you. And you
What's
don't
the
even
legal
know.
speed?
You don't even know.
What's the legal speed?
I don't need to tell you that.
You're stopping me over for allegedly violating the legal speed.
The reason why I'm asking you, because you said you're going to legal speed, but you don't even know what the legal speed is.
What is the legal
I
speed?
don't need to tell you that. I'm asking you.
You're the officer. You're stopping me on the traffic stop,
Yeah.
allegedly violating the law.
Yeah, I know what the speed
What did
limit
I
is.
violate?
Let's see your insurance.
What did I violate?
So I already told you.
What did I violate?
In the conditions.
What did I violate?
Yeah, I already told you.
What is it?
Guess you should have listened to my conversation earlier, right?
Right. You told me you were driving at 74 miles an hour, and I was passing you,
And
right?
What's the speed limit in here?
What is it?
That's what I'm asking you.
No, you tell me.
See, the sad thing is you don't know what the speed limit is out here, right? And that's why you want me to tell you, all right? And I'm not going to tell you the speed limit because I'm asking you.
So why
that
did you
question
stop
right
me?
now. So obviously you're not paying attention.
Why
to
are
the
you?
road.
Why did you
I
stop
already
me?
told you why I stopped.
Why?
You.
Why?
Going 74 miles an hour
And-
in the Mark 65.
Oh,
Entering
so
into
now,
the
so now
60.
you know what the speed limit is. So how fast were you
Sir,
driving?
Here's the thing.
Oh,
I already
here's
know. Can I
here's
see
the
your
bigger
insurance,
question.
please?
How did
I'll
you
be back
determine
in
my
just a moment.
speed?
And real quick, are you failing to provide me proof of your insurance?
I have to look it up. It's on my
Then
phone.
you need to do that right now.
It's
because
digital.
That's what I'm asking for.
I was recording. So if I
Yeah,
stop,
well, sir, that's fine that you're recording. So
Yes.
am I. I've already advised you of that. But I need to see your insurance.
in a second.
All right, sir. So here's your information, okay? It's your lucky day. Unfortunately, my printer's not working. That's what's taking me so long. All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna cite you for a BBR over the speed limit. All right. For a 74 and a 65. You're also getting ready to enter the 60 zone. All right. Look at the road conditions. We ask you to please drive cautiously. All right.
Sure.
You can obviously see the rest of the traffic's moving pretty slowly.
Okay.
I can't offer you anything else except for that. My sergeant's number is right there if you want to call that, because I know you're asking for a supervisor
I was.
on that. Do you have any questions?
I do not.
I can't hear you. What's that?
I do not.
Okay. Please drive safe.
On the morning of March 6, 2024, at a checkpoint in Salem, Oregon, a driver was pulled over by police for driving at 74 miles per hour, exceeding the 65 miles per hour limit. The conversation grew tense as the driver insisted on proof, while the officer requested the necessary documents. In the end, instead of issuing a ticket, the officer advised the driver to drive safely and explained that the printer was malfunctioning. In situations like this, staying calm, following instructions, and providing the required documents can help ease tension and enhance safety for everyone. Drop a number 5 in the comments if you think the officer acted inappropriately.
You're a captain.
No,
You should
it's
know
not.
these things,
I am
ma'am.
a captain, and just because you're talking all this gobbledygook BS.
On November 20th, 2021, Sean Paul Reyes conducted an audit at City Hall in Binghamton, New York, and was soon after confronted and treated harshly by a sheriff. The sheriff, smug and convinced his authority was absolute, showed a clear lack of understanding of the Constitution and its limits. Despite facing an abuse of power, Sean stood his ground with his experience, persisting in defending the truth and forcing the officer to back down. This encounter left him shocked by the officer's aggressive attitude.
Hey, how are you, ma'am?
Good, what's your name?
Excuse me, who are you?
I am Captain Sutliff from the police department. What's your name?
Captain what?
Sutliff, I told you.
Captain
Yes.
Sutliff.
Yes.
Okay, why are you?
I got a complaint that you're harassing people up here.
That's not true at all. I'm just.
Well, did you have a discussion with the guy down in engineering or code?
Yeah, he told me he wouldn't give me his name, and I said, "You're a
But did
public."
you have any business with him? Or did
I
you
would-
just argue with him?
Ma'am,
It's a simple question.
Yeah, don't act like you know what's going on when you don't.
Well,
you weren't
you
there.
already told me, so I'm asking you to verify.
Yeah, well, I had a discussion with a public servant, correct.
Okay, and did you have any legitimate business in there?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
That's not legitimate business.
According to who?
According to me. Did you have business with that person?
Respectfully, ma'am, you don't tell me what my business is. That's
not
local
what
business.
I'm saying. I'm saying if you have business in here with that person, then go ahead and
He
have
came out to talk to
conversation.
me. I didn't talk to him.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Sure you can.
Okay. But don't get in arguments with people and don't get in discussions with people.
That's not what I'm doing.
If
I
you
told
want to walk through a public building, that's okay. But with you standing here and filming people's faces, that's bothering
that's
them,
still
harassing
okay.
them,
That's still
and
okay.
upsetting them.
That's still okay because it's public.
Not
and
if you're just sitting there doing that to them. It's not, okay?
that's not what I'm
If you're
doing.
going through the building,
Do you have
and
evidence or
legitimate-
do you have evidence or proof that
Can
I'm
you
doing
stop
that, ma'am?
interrupting me?
Ma'am, I don't even know.
I'm telling you.
I don't know.
This is a public building. You
I know
can come
that.
do business.
And I'm
okay?
doing, and I'm conducting business,
that's not
constitutionally
city
protected business. It's constitutionally protected
Did you
business,
walk through
ma'am.
these halls already?
Ma'am, it's constitutionally
Then
protected
you're okay.
business.
It's
I
not.
did not make any contact
Listen.
with the engineer, with whoever you just spoke to. I didn't make any contact with
You
him.
had conversation with him.
He came out to speak to me from his office. That has
You were
nothing
in
to do.
his office.
No, I was not. I was not
When
in
I
his.
came up here 5 minutes ago, you were not in the hallway. You were in his office.
I wasn't in his private office. I was in the public lobby
not
of an
private
office.
office.
Yeah,
His
a public
work office.
a public lobby of an office.
You're correct. It's a public office.
Correct.
If you don't have business in there, they can ask you to leave.
Ma'am.
You don't have legitimate business in
Yes,
there.
I did. You're
already
saying that
walked
my
through and took
you're
your
saying that my
videos.
business isn't legitimate, but that doesn't
It's
make it
not.
so. That
It's
doesn't
not.
make it so, ma'am.
Just
You're
like,
wrong.
Just
You're
like
wrong.
if you go in the clerk's office and you don't have legitimate business with them, they'll ask you to leave.
I do have legitimate business. You're wrong.
Going around taping people up to their face
No,
is not legitimate business.
That's not what I'm doing.
I
That's
just
not what I'm
watched
doing.
you taping these poor secretaries.
Poor
Why?
secretaries? They're public servants. I was looking at the mayor's office. I've never
But
seen
what
them.
are you going to do with,
I have-
with their private faces? You can't release that.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
There is no privacy. There is no expectation of privacy in public, ma'am. Yes, I am, because I'm an independent
No, you
journalist.
can't.
I'm news media,
Okay,
ma'am.
so the point being, you've already gone through and done your work.
Okay.
So if you don't have legitimate business here, then leave.
I do have legitimate. I told you I have constitutionally protected business
Okay,
here.
what business do you have with the mayor's office?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I have business with
You were just
anybody.
taking them. What business do you have with the mayor's office?
Ma'am, I gather
Answer
content.
the question.
I'm trying to. If you let
You're
me
not.
speak.
You're
if you,
talking in circles.
If you let me speak, I saw their office.
That's talk, okay?
How is
Do
that
you have
talk?
an appointment with them?
I don't need
Do you
an
have
appointment.
somebody-
This is
Yes,
a public
you do.
building.
You do.
This is a public building. This is the people's building. This doesn't belong
You
to
need
the
an
mayor.
appointment to speak to them.
This belongs to the constituents and the people, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm not being
so
disrespectful
talk,
to anybody.
okay? Public servants.
You're coming
still
over
have
here
to
trying.
conduct
You're coming over here
business.
trying to intimidate me, and it's not
I'm
going to
not
work.
trying to intimidate you.
It's not going to work. I'm very respectful
Listen
to everybody
me.
I come in
Listen
contact
to
with,
me.
and I ask
You're
the
interrupting
same.
their business.
No, I'm
You
not.
went through. You took.
I'm not interrupting
pictures,
anybody's
whatever,
business.
so
I'm
you
I'm
can
working
be
on a
done.
story on City Hall. You don't tell me when I'm done, ma'am.
Yes, I can. Because now they can't get their work done because they're upset.
Because they're upset. What
They're
what
upset and
what
harassed.
what law is that, Captain? Upset.
What did I?
Are you feelings police or law
It's
enforcement?
not. Listen, you're interrupting their
I'm
work.
not breaking any laws.
That's the problem. If you're interrupting their work,
He came
and
out of
have
his
no legitimate
office.
business,
He came out of
then
his office to make contact with me.
You were in his office. I saw you.
I was in the lobby of his office, and he came out of his
It's not the lobby of his
office.
office. It's his office.
The whole thing is his office.
It's their office. Absolutely.
I have business here. I'm told you,
You
I'm
don't
working
have
on a
business.
story.
You
Ma'am,
already
you don't
did
tell
your
me.
videotape.
You can't tell me what my business is, and if you'd like,
I
you
can.
can. So go ahead and do it. Order
I
me.
already did.
Order me to leave.
I just told you to many times.
No, you didn't.
Okay?
You said no. You never ordered me to leave, and you know there's
I
a
did.
difference.
I
No, you
said
did
if
not.
you're done, you can leave. Which
You
you already
can.
took all your pictures.
You can leave is different from you must
I'm
leave,
not getting
ma'am.
in this conversation.
Because you don't want a civil suit. Because I will
There's
sue you.
no civil suit.
You better
There
believe I
isn't.
would sue you, ma'am. If you violate my constitutional rights,
Listen.
you will lose qualified immunity because you're captain. You should know.
Nobody-
You
no.
should know better. You should know better
I
than
know
this.
much better than you do.
You should
Trust
know
me.
better then.
Okay?
You should know
You're
better. I'm
allowed
being
to
very
come in-
respectful with everybody I
you
come in
are allowed to
contact
come
with,
in and do
ma'am.
your thing. You've done it. So you can leave
But you
now.
can't tell me when I'm done with my. What
You
is there a
can't.
time limit?
You
Is
can't
there?
have all day to be in here. You
Why
have to
not?
have
Why
legitimate
wouldn't?
business
Why?
to be in here.
Why wouldn't I have all day
Because
to be in
It's
here?
not a community hangout office.
This is not. I'm
okay?
working on a story. I'm a journalist working on a story.
You're interrupting people's work. You've already got your video.
That's not
you
true.
You can leave now.
That's not true.
Absolutely.
That's not true. I have legitimate.
absolutely
I have
true.
legitimate First Amendment business here. I have freedom of press. This is a public building. I'm not bothering anybody. I don't
And
even want to
you've
talk to
already been
anybody.
through all the public areas.
That's not true.
Why is that not true?
And plus, it doesn't matter. I'm
Well, no, why is that
disseminating.
not
I'm
true?
disseminating information to the public, ma'am. I
Why
can
is
take
that-
pictures of City
See,
Hall
you're
all
not
day.
answering the question.
I can take pictures of
Okay.
City Hall all day, ma'am.
You've already been in the public areas.
You
These
can't
are
tell me to
business
leave.
areas.
You can't tell me to leave from public without. I'm not committing a crime.
I can.
And the contrary.
You're interrupting business.
No, I'm
I
not.
can.
But I'm not. Go ahead and
You
do
are.
it. Do it, and
You
then you'll
are.
see the consequences of it in
You
civil
are.
court.
Did you finish? Did you finish your floors?
Ma'am, I don't.
Because
wanna-
I'm told you did. Maybe
Okay.
you did, maybe you didn't, but that's
Okay.
what I'm told.
It doesn't matter, ma'am. Look,
It does matter.
What you're doing right now, you see the people behind you who are just sitting watching this spectacle? You're stopping people from conducting business, ma'am.
Not at
There's
all.
people behind you just
Not
sitting
at
there
all.
watching.
And I've gotten multiple
I would've-
complaints already. That
it
you're
doesn't
taking
matter
pictures
about
of their
the complaints.
faces and their desks, which contain personal information.
There is no expectation of privacy in public, ma'am. You should know that as
There
captain.
is for certain things. There
No, there is not.
absolutely is.
No, there is not. They're in
There
public.
absolutely is.
This
Because
is a public
people
building.
have personal documents with people's information that you're not privy to.
And I'm
So-
not going into anybody's personal office.
You just were in a personal office.
That's a
I told
public
you that.
lobby of an office, ma'am. I'm
It's a
allowed to be
business
there.
office. Same idea.
It's a
People's
building
paperwork
permits
with
office.
People's names and stuff are in these offices.
You're not
You're
making any
allowed
sense.
to copy any of that. You're not allowed to film any of that.
Yeah, that's
you
not true.
filmed going through the office, the public area.
It's their job.
Great.
It's their job to create the privacy,
Great.
ma'am, in public. They have to
Okay.
create the privacy. You're a captain.
No,
You should
it's
know
not.
these things,
I am a
ma'am.
captain, and just because you're talking all this gobbledygook BS, frankly,
No, it's not.
does not change
This-
the law and does not change our job.
What law am I breaking?
So,
Can you articulate it to me?
Where else do you need to go?
Can you articulate the law that I'm breaking?
Where else do you need to go?
Because you know there is not one.
Where else do
I would
you
like
need
to
to
continue
go?
about my business and not be molested
What
by
is your
you.
business?
I've never gone in
not-
anybody's face. You're lying. That is a blatant lie.
I'm telling you what I was told.
Then whoever told you that is
Really?
lying. I've never even. This is the closest I've been to somebody, and that's because you came up to me, ma'am. This is the closest I've been to somebody.
So this person lied when they said you were in there.
Correct. They did lie.
and giving them a hard
They did
time.
lie. Yes, they did lie.
Okay, so be it.
They
So
did lie,
you
and that's
go
why.
on-
And that's why I record because
So
people
you
who
can go
lie,
on with your business.
people do lie.
Okay.
The video doesn't lie, ma'am. And I would like to.
Go on. Listen.
I would like
just
to.
Go on with it. Go.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Go.
Hey, officer, can I get your name and badge number, please?
My name's Officer Sager, badge number 145.
Sager 145.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you keep just in their faces and they call me again, it's going to be a problem.
That sounds like
I
that sounds like a
understand what you're trying to do.
that sounds like a threat.
No,
And,
I'm telling you, they're going to keep calling and it's going to be a problem.
that's not a law that I'm
Okay.
breaking. So go ahead. There's not
Because
gonna,
that's not doing
ma'am.
that's not
You're gonna
doing
have
public
civil.
work.
You're gonna have civil
Just keep
problems.
moving,
You're gonna have
okay?
civil problems, ma'am.
Yeah, just keep moving, okay?
Okay. Just remember,
Okay.
violation of rights. When you know about it,
Floor.
you lose your qualified immunity. Okay.
Listen, you don't even know what you're talking about.
I do.
Just get over
I
it. No,
do.
you don't.
I do. Goodbye.
Okay?
On July 20th, 2024, Sean returned for a follow-up audit and unexpectedly ran into the same sheriff. Although given the chance to apologize, she remained unchanged, further proving her lack of knowledge in professional ethics.
How are you?
Hi. Something I can help you with?
Captain Sutliff.
Excuse me?
Captain Sutliff.
Am I Captain Sutliff? Yes.
Yes. Hi. How are you? My name
Good,
is
how are
Sean.
you?
We met before.
Yeah. What's up?
Hi. I would just wanted to talk to you and see if put out an olive branch with you and see if we can come to a resolution of our interaction last time.
I don't think there's any resolution to be had.
You don't think so? You don't think that you treated me in a way that was unbecoming of a public servant? You don't think so?
I'm not getting into this again because it was.
No, I don't want to. I said an olive branch. I'm not trying to misconstrue anything. I'm just saying,
Okay. All right. Well, have a nice day.
do you not think that your behavior?
Have a nice day.
So you think your behavior was acceptable, Captain? Apparently you do. I don't think so. Hey, can I ask you guys a question? You guys work for New York State courts. There's a court housed in this building?
Yes, there is.
There's a court. Where is it?
Fifth floor.
Oh, the 5th floor. Is it like a city court or city court? So Binghamton City Court. I'm sorry? And civil and city. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate you answering my questions.
You know
Thank you.
that you can't go to the fifth floor to record.
Well, yeah, there's a judge's order from New York State courts that prevents people from exercising their First Amendment right. I don't agree. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't agree with the order, but I'm not trying to be held in contempt of court either. So I understand. No problem. What are the chances that we come here, we run into Captain Sutliff, Captain Karen? She's still acting like a Karen. I tried to give her an olive branch. Fun fact, Captain Sutliff is the officer in charge of internal affairs. So she literally investigated herself and found no wrongdoing. That's exactly what happened here. Absolutely ridiculous. So this is the police department, but I don't see any way that it's open to the public. Courage, integrity, and community. Does Captain Sutcliffe have integrity? Because she could have apologized for her behavior and we could have moved on. It didn't have to be that serious. I don't know if this door is open to the public. Of course it's not. And of course, they have the thin blue line. What are the chances that I walk in right when Captain Sutcliffe was here?
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
You already told me you didn't have anything here.
Oh, yeah, I just got to do some FOIA requests and things
Some
of that nature. A FOIA request for your body camera footage and Sergeant Brian Fahey's disciplinary records.
You have to send it in writing.
Yeah.
Who's the guy behind you that you hold?
I have to conduct business here, Sergeant.
Sir, what can we do for you? Come on.
Oh, you're the Sergeant of pistol permits, aren't you?
Come on.
Go ahead. Come on in, sir.
Sir,
excuse me, sir. You have to get out of the way.
Sir, I know your inclination is wanting to assault me, Sergeant. Stop pushing me. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get in the building.
You can't come in the building. You have no business here.
I do have business here. Stop acting like a savage. What are you doing?
Back up before I arrest you. Back up
Take
before
my
I
phone
arrest
again.
you.
I have other
Back up before I arrest you.
And her body camera's on.
That's fine. Get
You
away
like
from
to
the
do
door.
things in
You
front of
don't
people's
need to
body
block the
camera.
door. Don't block the door.
No one's scared of you, Sergeant.
I didn't say you were. Don't
not
block the
scared of
door.
you.
Don't block
I'm not
the door.
scared of you.
Don't
Sir.
block
I'm not
the
scared of
door.
you.
Just
Don't
back up.
block
scared
the
of you.
door. Don't block the door.
Yeah, I'm not scared of you.
Don't lock the door.
Do what you gotta do.
Don't
Do what
block
you
the
gotta
door.
Do what you gotta do, because I'm not scared of you, Sergeant. I'm allowed to come into this building. Sergeant Brian Fahey just took my camera yet again. The coward that he is. He just took my camera yet again and stopped it from recording. But the officer that talked to us in the parking lot, her body camera was recording. We're gonna make another internal affairs complaint on him. This is incredible. Right, exactly. It happened right over here, ladies and gentlemen. Right over here. Right here. Right where we're standing. And look at him. You can't control yourself. You're an animal. You're an animal who can't control yourself. You're a disgrace to that badge.
He's going to talk to legal right now.
Who is?
Him.
Why are we going to entertain him? He has to formally request it, right?
Just witnessed somebody get assaulted and their property taken from them and not do anything about it, Trooper. Is that standard operating procedure? Because there's the criminal right there in front of you. If you'd like to place him under arrest, Trooper. He just assaulted me and took my property and violated my First Amendment right. But no, these troopers aren't going to do anything about that, right?
Alright, so you can come on in.
Thank you.
Anything in your pockets, go ahead and take out. So
Sure.
Keys, wallet, put right over here.
Is Sergeant Brian Fahey one of those important people that's in this building, ma'am? The one that you just saw assault me and didn't do anything about it as a law enforcement officer? In broad daylight.
Can you put the cell phone down? You have to go through the metal detector.
In broad daylight, ma'am. So there he is. He's so mad. Why are you so mad, Sergeant?
I'm not mad. I hope you have a great day.
Oh, yeah, after you assaulted me, right?
I didn't assault
Yes, you did. You did it last time. You did it again. Because you're scared. You wouldn't do it without a uniform.
Because I'm what?
You're scared. You wouldn't do it without that gun on your hip and that badge.
You wouldn't do it without that
You
phone?
wouldn't do it. Let's take them all off, right? That's what I thought. So, Trooper, I'm going to be on my way in a second. I just had a question for you. So, you're telling me, I just want to get it for the record, for court documents, just have it memorialized here. You just watched a man assault me and grab my camera, interfering with a constitutionally protected activity. You're a law enforcement officer who took an oath to uphold the Constitution. Are you going to do anything about that?
I saw you get in his face as well. So I did see
So
both
you
sides.
saw me
And
get...
You saw it on body camera?
Yeah, the body camera. We'll get the body camera. That's for sure.
You can see that you
But you were
physically
there.
stopped him trying to get you from entering.
I'm allowed to enter into the building.
He told you to get a report, right?
He told me to submit something in writing.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have a right to be here.
They told you,
But I have a right to come in here
Is
and
that the same
conduct
thing?
business. He has no right to put their hands. He has no right to put his hands on me. You saw a man put his hands on. Did I put my hands on
I saw a
him?
man telling you not to be in the building when you were not allowed to be in the building.
Did you watch him put
because
his
you
hands
didn't
on me or
have an
not?
appointment.
Did he put his hands on me or
Legal
not?
did not tell us that you had anything
Did
to
he
do
put his
until
hands on
they
me or
came
not?
After, and then they let you in.
Ma'am, did he put his hands on me or not?
Once I saw you do what you did.
What did I do?
When you physically tried to stop him open the door.
I tried to come inside the building because I'm allowed to, just like I'm
Not
inside the
without
building
an
right now.
appointment.
I'm inside the
Legal
building.
is talking to you because they requested you to come
So-
in. If you didn't have an appointment,
I just want to know. Listen, I'm going to be on my way. I'm going to be on my way. The
As a
damage is.
trooper
I was
of the
already
front
assaulted.
desk.
Did you watch? You watched him assault me. Are you going to do anything about it?
You
Yes
can
or
see
no?
the video.
Are you going to do anything about
You
it?
can see the video.
Then you're going to be held accountable. Are you going to do anything about it? Yes or no?
See the video.
This next incident took place on the morning of August 13th, 2023, when well-known auditor and Long Island Audit Channel creator Sean Paul Reyes entered the lobby of a Connecticut police department with a legitimate request. He was immediately met with clear disrespect. Sergeant Brian Fahey showed up and, completely ignoring Sean's request, rudely shut the door right in front of him. Unfazed, Sean confronted Fahey, firmly standing up for his rights. Another officer passing by deliberately turned off his body camera to avoid recording any details. Eventually, Sean was allowed inside the building, but Fahey's aggressive expression was still evident, while a female officer casually disregarded Sean, focusing only on protecting her colleague.
I'm sorry to hear that you don't know my rights or care about my rights and you want to try and use tools of intimidation to take my rights away from me. I'm not going to have it. Am I free to go?
I said hang on.
Am I being detained?
I already answered that question for
And what crime do you suspect of me to be committing, have committed, or am about to commit? What law?
On the afternoon of January 22nd, 2022, at the Pine County office in Minnesota, a YouTuber spotted an unmarked police car discreetly parked in a corner with no license plates and immediately began filming. This action quickly caught the attention of a nearby deputy sheriff on patrol, who approached him with a suspicious attitude and began questioning him.
Have a great day.
Can I ask you why you're recording your vehicles and plate numbers?
You can ask all you want, sir. All right, we got another dirty vehicle. Love it. All right. Let's take a look at something here. As we all know, you have to establish privacy. Let's check out the zoom features on this camera.
Hey, sir. No, you can't be zooming.
Absolutely, I can, sir. Hey, whoa, do not touch me.
You cannot.
You cannot touch me.
You cannot be.
Sir, it is available and viewable from public.
You cannot
Sir,
be recording.
it
on
is
my-
viewable
I don't
from
care.
the public. You cannot
No.
interfere with me.
Yes.
You
actually,
cannot
I know.
interfere
you cannot
with
be
me.
recording inside the vehicles with
okay,
the,
let's take
with
it down
the
a step.
computer.
Let's take
and
it down a
everything
step.
up. Okay, at this point, I am going to ask for your identification.
Ignoring the deputy's repeated questions, the YouTuber continued filming the car in detail, which irritated the deputy, leading him to demand ID. When the YouTuber asked for a specific reason and hinted he was being detained, the deputy seemed flustered and couldn't provide a solid response.
My ID? Why? Am I being detained?
Fine. Do you want us to make a call
Hold
to the
on.
office?
Am I being
got
detained?
a gentleman here trying to record inside squad.
Day 2.
Yes.
And why am I
as of
being
right
detained?
now, because, like I just told you, you're recording
Is that a
inside the
crime? Is that
data
a crime?
data privacy laws.
No,
with
sir.
and
You
stuff
are
on the-
required to create your own privacy. I am not required to do your privacy for you. How you doing, sir? What's your name and badge number?
Investigator Nygaard.
Nice to meet you, sir. I really would like to take the tension down. Let's de-escalate.
All right, so can I see your ID?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Not unless you have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I have committed, am committing, or am about to commit a crime, which is a statute or law.
glad
Not
you
your
know your
feelings, not your policies, nothing about that. This is
So
an
basically,
unlawful detention.
As of right
This
now-
is an unlawful
Hold on.
detention.
Will you stop interrupting me?
Sure, I'm sorry.
Okay. So basically, he's walking around, he's recording inside all the squads, collecting plate numbers, everything else like that. Came up to my squad and then started zooming in on the computer and stuff, which our computers is private information.
But
You're
you
not-
need to create the privacy.
Okay.
Not me. My ID, why? Am I being detained?
Fine. Do you want to start me a call
Hold
to the
on.
office?
Am I being
got
detained?
a gentleman here trying to record inside squad.
Day 2. And why am I
as of
being
right
detained?
now, because, like I just told you, you're recording
Is that a
inside the
crime? Is
data
that a
privacy-
crime?
Data privacy laws.
No,
with
sir.
and
You
stuff
are
on the-
required to create your own privacy. I am not required to do your privacy for you. How you doing, sir? What's your name and badge number?
Investigator Nygaard.
Nice to meet you, sir. I really would like to take the tension down. Let's de-escalate.
All right, so can I see your ID?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Not unless you have reasonable, articulable suspicion that I have committed, am committing, or am about to commit a crime, which is a statute or law. Not your feelings, not your policies, nothing about that. This is an unlawful detention.
As of right
This
now-
is an unlawful
Hold on.
detention.
Will you stop interrupting me?
Sure, I'm sorry.
Okay. So basically, he's walking around, he's recording inside all the squads, collecting plate numbers, everything else like that. Came up to my squad and then started zooming in on the computer and stuff, which our computers is private information.
But you need to create the privacy.
Okay.
Not me. I would be glad to provide it for you. In fact, it is in my Jeep. I'm sorry. But in order for me to provide to you my identification, you need to be able to articulate reasonable, articulatable suspicion that I have committed, am committing, or am about to commit an actual law. I'd like to inform you, sir, that you are outside. Okay, I'm just going to pull a piece of paper out here. You are officially outside of your authority. You are officially violating my constitutional rights. And it states right here, if you read line 3 of the Code of Ethics of Public Services of the City of Hinckley. Dedicated service. All officials and employees. Pardon. Officials and employees shall not exceed their authority or breach the law or risk others to do so. Let me ask you something, sir. If you do not have RAS to demand my identity, and you continue to demand my identity, is that violating a law?
As tensions rose, the deputy accused the YouTuber of filming private property, but the YouTuber firmly objected. In a moment of confusion, the deputy admitted he didn't care about the law, a serious misstep in this scenario. Ultimately, with no legitimate grounds for detention, the deputy had to let the YouTuber go.
As of right now, like I explained to you, going inside, recording inside the computer and stuff, which is a violation of
You
data
will
privacy
find it is
laws.
not. I am not in violation of any privacy laws.
Yes, you are.
Sir,
So,
if you need privacy, it is your
I told
obligation
you-
to create it.
I told you not to be recording, and you zoomed in onto my
Well,
computer.
I actually zoomed in far before you asked anything
either
of
way,
me.
I
You
told you
also
to stop,
contacted
and you
me.
did not stop.
Did you touch me?
So, I told you to stop.
Did you
I
make
reached out
physical
to-
contact with me?
I reached out to
Are you
take
aware
your
that
phone
that's
away from-
assault?
Okay.
That
I'm
is
not gonna
simple
debate
battery.
this with you.
Well, then am I
So-
free to go?
Do you have an ID with you?
I do.
Can I
Always.
see it, please?
No, you may not. From this point forward, I will observe my right to remain silent. I have nothing further to say to you without a lawyer present.
That's fine. I'll just get a hold of my supervisor and I'll see what...
Maybe he'll educate you.
Do you really have to be so rude?
When my rights were violated and I was assaulted by somebody who was sworn to uphold my constitutional rights, I get pretty upset, sir.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I'm sorry to hear that you don't know my rights or care about my rights, and you want to try and use tools of intimidation to take my rights away from me. I'm not going to have it.
Take any rights away from
Are you demanding my ID?
I am asking you for
Am
your
I
ID,
free to
yes.
go?
Just hang on real
Am
quick.
I free to go?
I said hang on.
Am
real
I
quick.
being detained?
I already answered that question for you.
And what crime do you suspect of me to be committing? Have committed or am about to commit? What law? You're being very quiet here, Mr. Nygaard. You understand what I'm doing here, don't you?
Trying to figure out what's going on.
Mind you, folks, this is day 2. And we've already got a cop who's addicted to identification. God, man, it's like crack to these people.
Recording squads, going up the license plates.
Everybody was very polite. Oh, we got State Popo. Look at this. Look at this.
He's recording license plate readings. I don't know if he's doing a Facebook Live thing or whatever else. And he goes walking up to my squad. I told him do not record inside the squad since I have a computer out. And with the data privacy laws, and of course, he zooms in on the computer and everything. I reached
How you doing, ma'am?
pushed his arm away from
Doing great, thanks.
my window, and
This is Minnesota here for you folks.
Telling me that I'm violating.
You asked me a question. Went great.
Okay.
It went great. Nobody violated my rights. Nobody interfered. By the way, you guys are interfering with my process here. You are interfering with my ability to collect news for public dissemination. It's a violation of federal law.
Talk to me anymore.
So,
He doesn't want to figure out what's going on.
I just told you, I'm here to collect information for public dissemination. I'm exercising my constitutional rights, and I wish to be free to go. Would you mind giving me your name and badge number?
Supervised and Associate Patrol 123.
You're 123? Yep. Oh. That's actually my former license number for my profession from California. License 123 is funny. Yeah. Ironic and... What's that?
Easy number.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you mind? I don't have any weapons. I'm a little cold. Can I put my hand in my pocket?
Oh, do you mind if I just check?
I do. I do mind, but I will...
I can kind of see that.
I know that I'm under a Terry stop here right now.
You're fine.
Yeah. I know I'm on a Terry stop, and I know that gives you the right to pat me down, so... By the way, it's an unlawful Terry stop. Just so you know. For the record.
No, he just keeps following me around with his phone.
I'm in
That's
public,
about
sir.
it. So...
C. Hawkinson, Tyrant, in charge.
Oh, you're coming here? Okay. All right, yeah, if you want to talk with him and deal with it, that'll be great.
I wish to be free to go.
Well, if you want to leave...
I wish to be free from your detention, sir.
Okay, well, then you can leave our parking lot. That's perfectly fine.
This incident highlights the importance of understanding personal rights when interacting with law enforcement, especially in situations that are tense and lack transparency.
Oh, more? Oh my god. The thing's leaving his hair. The hair.
912.
What's your name and badge number?
Cochran.
Badge number?
912.
All right.
Is that
What's going on?
6 done yet?
What's going on?
Yo, why are you
Can I get your name and badge number for the record?
Why don't you go in the house with the first
Officer Brooks, 914. Thank you.
You guys need to go.
He's trying to tell me that I have to show him an ID, and if I'm not lawfully arrested, I don't have to show ID. That's my right.
Well, we received a complaint while we're here.
The complaint was about loud music in the apartment. I'm out here. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Is that the apartment you're from? Is there?
No, I don't live here.
No, he don't live here. He was sitting out here with the kids.
Unless I'm suspected of a crime and you're lawfully arresting me, I don't have to show ID. It's the law.
Because he asked him a question. Yeah, like, honestly, he's been actually pretty rude since he come up.
Right? And it's being recorded, so.
I mean, you can even ask my kid. She just walked up to me and says, "Why is that cop?"
Nowhere, because I called you a dick. I need a lighter.
This is all family. There's no disorderly conduct.
How you doing, sir?
If it's not family, then that would be.
Listen, he showed up for a call about loud music. Okay. I'm not in the apartment for one. For two, he comes up and starts demanding my ID. I'm not lawfully arrested. I'm not suspected of committing a crime. He cannot articulate any proof of that. I don't have to show my ID.
All right, the reason we're up here is just because it was a noise complaint.
I understand that. That's got nothing to do with me.
All right.
He wasn't standing out here.
He was out here helping watch my kids.
Okay.
All he did was ask
This is a friend of your guys' then?
This is my brother.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. What's your name?
I did nothing. I don't want to give. I don't want to give my name. Because then it's going to be generated in your log and.
It is when there's neighbors out here.
There's no neighbors.
There's no neighbors. Where are the neighbors?
Where are your neighbors, sir?
There's been no neighbors.
You're disturbing the peace even if there's not neighbors.
It's just the kids been out here
All right.
playing the music now.
Here's the important thing, all right? That's exactly what you just said.
It is. It's down.
All right. Cut down the noise.
He's still here harassing us.
Sorry. The reason he's here harassing us is because he wants to make his little smart-ass bitch comments that we're here all the time.
All right. Don't make it worse.
If he can make his comments, I'm going to make mine.
Right, and I wasn't rude. I asked him a simple question. He started demanding my ID. I said, am I lawfully arrested?
Here's the thing. When officers get sent to a complaint of something, the first thing that we're required to do, we identify people on the scene.
Right.
Because we don't know you. I don't know you.
And I understand that, but when
I don't know you, man, and I've known him forever, and I don't know
But
you.
when it's my right to not give my ID, to not have my name generated in a police log, he doesn't have to threaten me with arrest and shit. I haven't done nothing wrong. I
You
haven't
guys
committed
gotta
any
understand,
crime.
We have a legal right to identify people.
You have a legal right
when
to
we're
ask.
investigating,
Right.
When we're investigating a complaint, which we're up here for a complaint.
Right. He comes, said turn the music down, and that was that. I ain't got nothing to do with the loud music.
And once again, I understand that. All right. Just keep the noise down for the night. We're good to go.
No problem.
All right, no problem.
Thank you,
Okay.
Potter.
All right. Take care of yourselves.
Yep, no problem.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Hey man, I got a great day.